Pull up, say pull up, run it back, say pull up, I say pull up, say pull up, say pull up, yeah. She get to the cash when she walk, she look like a bad when she walk. She get to the cash when she walk, she look like a bad when she walk. Girl, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Hi, and welcome back. This episode will be 21 different ways you can identify a toxic person. So let's jump right into it and start with number one, which would be that they are super critical. They will criticize everything you do. Now, what they do is perfect, but they're critical of everything you do. You can't say or do anything that's good enough for them. And eventually that just completely tears down your self-esteem and confidence. That's a big one. Don't take that from anybody. Number two, they can't handle criticism of any kind. And it doesn't matter how gently or harsh you criticize them, it's all the same outcome. They'll be a big crybaby about it. They may refuse to quit speaking to you. They'll get their feelings really hurt if you say the slightest thing to where you think they're not perfect. They just can't handle it. Number three would be that they can never admit to being wrong. Never. You could have complete proof, show them proof, and they won't accept it. They will go down with the ship fighting that they're right and you're wrong. Next, number four would be that they play mind games. And this one might be something like they might be mad at you. And you don't know why. They won't tell you why they're mad. They'll tell you to figure it out, take a guess. You figure it out. It's your problem. Things like that. And if somebody's upset with you and they can't even tell you what they're upset about, it can't be that serious, right? Even they're not taking it serious. So that's a really toxic behavior. Number five would be extremely manipulative. If they are manipulating you into what to wear, where you can go, who you can see, things like that, that's a red flag. 6 would be that they always have to win. You can't play a board game or a card game or anything like that with a toxic person, because if you win, there's going to be trouble. And they really take it personally, like you've completely just, if it's a man, like you've completely demasculated him for winning, and to the point where you just don't ever want to do that activity again because they make it so miserable. Next would be being self-serving and selfish. And that one pretty much speaks for itself. If everything has to be about them, for them, their wants, their needs, and yours aren't even relevant, that's a toxic person. Next would be they love to lie. And they don't even need a reason to lie. They'll make stuff up just to be lying. And they can get really creative, and you'll be like thinking, Well, that's so elaborate. Nobody would make that up. But yeah, they will. They'll do that. So and you might not catch that right away when you first meet somebody, but it doesn't take a long time to figure it out. Just you got to pay attention, and it won't take long for that to be exposed. Next would be that they love drama. And I don't care if it's a man or a woman, I call them drama queens. Everything that they get involved in has to be drama. They can't stand to go a day without an argument because they need to carry on and make an idiot out of themselves. Or they may gossip. They may go tell your relationship secrets to their friends and get people angry at you. And it always comes back, well, so and so said that so and so told so and so. You know how it goes. So that right there is that's a big one with toxic people. Next, they can't be trusted. And this can fall into all kinds of categories. They can't be trusted in general. They can't be trusted not to cheat. They can't be trusted with money. They can't be trusted with the kids, whatever. If they can't be trusted fully, completely, then you're not with the right person. Next would be that they expect complete loyalty, but they're not loyal to you at all. And that's a one-way street that you should just let them keep on driving down while you take the bus, because nobody can live that way. It will drain your soul to try to live that way. Next would be that they twist everything you say around to benefit them. They love to make you look like the bad guy. And they're perfectionists when it comes to being able to twist everything you say around to make it sound bad and turn themselves into some kind of victim, and then maybe even, punish you or guilt trip you for saying what you said, even though you didn't mean anything at all by it. And to the point where you've got to start watching what you say so that they don't twist it around. Next would be that they will not take no for an answer. And there's two ways of looking at that. It's okay to be assertive. There's no problem with being an assertive person. But when they absolutely won't take no, and it's something that you're really, against, that hurts you physically, mentally, financially, whatever, no means no. And if they can't accept that, they've got a serious problem. And that just kind of falls into the next one, which is they lack healthy boundaries. If they plow right through every boundary you set, then they don't have any kind of respect for you. So there's no point in even trying to go any further with things. Everybody has to have boundaries. And if you're with somebody that just can't seem to stop pushing right through it, like if you say you will not accept this, they're going to just, rush out as fast as they can to do this thing that you cannot accept. And that's a really belligerent way of them letting know that that they don't have any respect. And that's something that nobody should take off of another person. Next is they will punish you if they don't get their way. And that one right there, it's give and take in a relationship. And somebody, there's always going to be, one of you's going to have to give a little bit. And if all they want to do is take and not give any, then that's a really toxic person. That one right there is one of the bigger ones. And nobody has the right to punish you just for not caving on something that you really, stand for, or you just can't do, that's unacceptable to you, or whatever the circumstance. Next would be that they stonewall you or give you the silent treatment. And the silent treatment is considered abusive. And it's okay, like if you have an argument or something, go cool off, come back, work it out or whatever. But when they intentionally just like ignore you, refuse to speak to you, and just put off that nasty, negative, I don't like you energy when they're refusing to talk to you like a child, that ain't no good. Next would be that they're a bully. Now that could be towards you or their friends, their parents, family, a waitress at a restaurant. If you see them bullying somebody, if they haven't bullied you yet, eventually they're going to. Because a bully is a bully, and early on you might be able to address it, but you can't change anyone. So if you're seeing tendencies to be a bully early on, it's only going to get worse. Next, they expect special treatment because they actually believe they're entitled to it. So, an example of this one might be that they feel that you should rub their feet every evening when they get off work and come home and sit down. They expect that foot rub. It might start out as, "Hey, could you give me a foot rub once in a while?" and ends up as, "Why aren't you giving me my foot rub?" They just, it's complete entitlement. Next would be envious and jealous. And jealousy is a huge thing in a lot of relationships, and a little jealousy is healthy. And even the best relationships are going to have a little bit of envy and a little bit of jealousy at times. But if it's like a chronic thing where you can't even associate with other people because of it, or you can't work, or they're even jealous of your kids and things like that, they got to go. It's just, they're real simple. They got to go because they'll drive you crazy with that one. Next would be neglectful. They'll think about themselves, but they won't think about you. Okay, like they're stopping at the store on the way home and to get something they need, and you ask if they can pick up something for you, they'll forget you, and they ain't worried about it. They might even try to blame you for them forgetting it. I mean, it could fall into anything from something like that to affection. It can fall into intimacy, financially. There's a lot of different ways. If you're feeling neglected and you talk talk it over and nothing changes, then I would say it's probably not going to change. And the very last one would be uses finances to manipulate. Okay, so they have the money and you don't. Maybe you don't work and they do. And they won't let you have any money. You have to pretty much beg for a little bit of spending money, and sometimes you just don't get it, period. They might withhold the money to pay the bills, not give you money to buy a car. It could be they won't give you money to buy diapers for the baby. It can be so many different things again. But if they're stingy with finances to the point where you're not getting what you need, it's a problem. And this can even happen where both people in the relationship work. They might take your money that you worked for, you earned, whatever, and they take it. And that right there is unacceptable. There's no reason on this earth for anybody to take your money that you earned yourself. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and end this one out now. And I'm just trying to get through these first few videos. Everybody sucks in the beginning, so I'm trying to get these sucky ones out of the way so I can start making a little better quality videos. My voice isn't real great right now because COVID did something to my throat. And so I'm going to get this wrapped up, and I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.